talking about a time like this, what should be the love language? The love language at a time like this is not different from what the word has said. The ancient word. There is no new word. It's still the ancient word. What should be our love language? You know, there's a popular book by Chapman that talks about the 5 love languages, acts of service, you know, all those things. We thank God for it. But more than ever, respect. Respect. A man loves respect. Even if he's jobless, he needs respect. Singles, you need to know this. Look, the minute you are dating somebody, even in the Lord, and you go to ShopRite, he's opening the door for you, he's doing everything, you know, you are talking to him anyhow, you are doing whatever. I see some of them online. The minute you marry, there is a spiritual movement. The man moves from being your friend in the spirit to being your head. And that's why some things will not work if you want to force it. God is not going to back you up. And so, the man must know that once God has put you in a place of authority, you have to deliver on your responsibility. A man that has to be respected must deliver on the responsibility to love. A man that must be respected, one is not dependent on the other, but we must all fulfill our role. A man needs respect. Treat your husband with respect. Men crave respect. And so you have to be intentional. Sometimes, you know, we get carried away as women. If my husband is here and I'm not careful and I want to carry something there and he's walking, I want him to help me carry something and people are around and I am not intentional. And I just forget. And I said, and he didn't hear. Anybody passing with just a somebody is calling you, right or wrong. But if I say honey, sweetheart, immediately, whoever wants to interfere will know that this person is in a place of respect. Please, let us couch the way we address our spouses with respect. Very important. And wives and husbands they have the responsibility to love. But let me quickly go through the woman. The 4 things you need to do. Your language at this time. Respect. Your husband may be working in the house because that's now a lot of people are working at home. He puts a lot of burden on you. Don't disrespect your husband by not caring for him and exposing him. You may not be able to do everything. You may be a career person, but the responsibility is still on you to make sure some things are done. Number 2, be creative about love making as a woman. The older you grow, I tell women, you know, I run a ministry for women. I have older women. And I have a passion for more women who are elderly. You see, there's something called midlife crisis. Midlife. It brings a lot of things. A man can get to a point where he has so much money that there's nothing you can say or do that will move him. He might have passed through the stage where he's managing money. God has blessed him. And so, at that time, you just have to be very sensitive because that's when the devil will bring all sorts of temptation. So, you have to guard your marriage bed, especially at that time, because the temptation is always a lot on the man. He can afford it to rent a flat for somebody somewhere and you will never know if you don't take care of that department. So, more than ever, this is where you service the covenant of your marriage. But your own body is feeling the other way because you are tired. But please, don't ever, whatever you need to do, I tell people a little effort meets with a lot of grace. Just a little effort. Educate yourself. Some things you cannot fast and pray about. You just have to get educated. Why am I feeling this way? People are different. Their anatomy is different. And people always say that you cannot blame the men because sometimes the women. But excuse me, what do you say about a man who gets to that age and has erectile dysfunction? Should the wife go out? No. So there is no excuse for anybody to go out. I've seen men who have had diabetes and it has affected them sexually and their wives are still sexually active. So how do you counsel that? So the important thing is both parties, man and woman, you must know that marriage will get to a point where you have to help one another with health issues. It is not the time for somebody to run out because I'm a man. What of the woman? if her husband is incapacitated in that department, it happens though. But when we are children of God, no matter the challenges, we will seek help. Seek professional help. Next, be good-natured with a good character as a woman. Everybody feels your pulse in the house when you're a woman. Everybody feels your pulse. When you squeeze your face, people will run away. But when you are accommodating, you will get a lot of people. Proximity and the pandemic season will put pressure on your person in the house. No doubt. Be careful not to allow the negative side of your character to arise. Learn to say sorry and forgive easily. Words of affirmation. Women, we have to say it. Encourage your spouses. Proverbs 27 verse 21. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold. And a man is valued by what others say of him. You will be shocked. Men love their egos to be massaged.